Hey there, good morning, I'm John. Today is Friday, we made it to Friday by the way, Friday, January 26th, 2024. Welcome to another entry in my daily vlog, my regular every morning stand-up where I report on what I have been doing and what I will be doing to try to make content creation sustainable in the long term. Let's start with yesterday. So I think yesterday when I spoke to you, I planned to start working on an Atari 5200 trackball video. That's still coming. That was in progress. However, I took a little bit of a detour because the day before, when I spent the day licking my wounds, kind of complaining about the video that didn't do as well as I had hoped, which, by the way, I'll talk about that in a second. I did a lot of reading and research and R&D kind of thing, and I read a lot of comments, and several comments I read sparked some ideas with me that connected up, kind of sparked with the things I'd learned at CES. And I did a quick video about the ability of playing 4-player games on the GameStation Pro. Now that's, it's not supposed to, basically. And I kept getting questions ever since I first started covering the GSP that, hey, can I play 4-player Warlords? And you can't, because first you'll have 2 controllers. If you bought 2 more, you can only hook up 2. Anyway, and some things that I learned and some input that I got, I found out you could do that. And so I really wanted to do the video was longer than I thought it was going to be. I was thinking, 4 minutes is all it's going to take to do this. And I think it ended up being a, 8-minute video or something. It's, anyway, it was, I'll stop short of calling that video a throwaway. What I'll instead call it is a palate cleanser video, or I'm learning there are a couple kinds of long-form videos that I do. There are the ones that take several days of research and preparation and shooting and long edits. And there are ones that take me an afternoon. And they both have their place. The thing is, I had the one that I'd worked so hard on for several days and lots of research, didn't do as well for me. And I kind of felt like, hey, it would be nice to just do something quick and easy that has no expectations, that is just... And it touches, it touches on a topic. It carries on a topic, and shows continued involvement in that, which is why I opted to do that. And it was an experiment, which is always fun for me, doing a little sciencey experiment thing. Science is a stretch, but I mean it's in my way. Anyway, so I did that video, and I did it in an afternoon. I think I started it. After lunch at about 1, and I published it at about 3:30. I mean, it was quick, very quick. Because I'd written it in the morning, so I guess you could say it was another hour and a half in the morning. So maybe it was like a 3.5, 4-hour production total. And that video did 1,900 views overnight. And look, it's like an informational video. It's not, unless you have interest about the topic, you're not going to get intrigue and jump in and go, "What's this?" Because anyway, it did pretty much what I expected it to do. But more importantly, it's free views on top of. I say free, low effort views on top of the video that I was sad didn't do so well, and also it like cleansed my palate to get that to get ready to do a more involved long form video. So that's a long way to say that I did a video yesterday and it did okay. Also, when I got that done, I created 10 new short videos. I took the 400 mini recommendation video, chopped it into 10 small pieces so I can publish those over the next couple of weeks. Got that done. And then, of course, I did do work toward working on the trackball for the 5200. I've got it on the desk over here. I've been working on the thumbnail already, getting that stuff ready. Do a little research about it so I can go in a little more informed, because it's not something I ever had as a kid, so it's something I had to make sure I understand how it's supposed to work, what games it works with, stuff like that. And that's all for today. Those we'll get to in a second. So in the interim, let's talk about stats. Almost identical to yesterday, a smidgen up. Still averaging about 11,000 views per day. Still down below my watermark of 50 at 42 new subscribers a day. And lest I spend too much time woe is me, let me put that into context. That means that each day, 42 more people, 42 more human beings on the planet have said, "Oh, I want to see more of that," and they click that button. That's still great, right? I don't want to sound tone deaf to anyone watching this who is a smaller channel, which I totally relate with, because we've all been there. Certainly there was a time when 42 a day was, ticker tape parade. we would go to conventions and work a table begging people to subscribe. And if we hit 40 in a day, that was, steak dinner, So there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, if you hear me talking about, oh, it's only X amount, it's not that I'm not grateful for that. It's that it's not the progress that I need to make this long-term sustainable. I hope that, and not that anybody attacked me or anything. It's just, I hear that in my head. And I think of myself like 3 or 4 years ago and go, oh, this little smarmy bastard said 42 is not enough for him. It's not, but it's not because it's not because it's not a great accomplishment. It's just, it's not the accomplishment that I needed, I guess. So I don't know who I'm talking to. Somebody who's watching this. The 3 years ago me is who I'm talking to. Let's talk about today then, which is pretty simple. I feel like I talked your ear off the last few days. I'm trying to be brief and it's not going well. Working on the long-form 5200 trackball video is my target today. I'd love to get it out today. Realistically, maybe I'll get it all shot and written and, stand up and everything and have it ready on deck to edit on Monday is the realistic, but we'll see how today goes. Maybe I'll get super motivated. Yeah. So that's my target. And I said I would talk a little bit about that. I'm very happy with the video that I produced earlier in the week. Remember, if you've been watching all along, and was it Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day it was, when I was disappointed that video didn't do well. Well, joke's on me, it's starting to increase a little bit. I saw a little uptick. It's ahead a bit. I still think that the positioning of the video, it was the problem. The content is fine. I'm proud of the content. It's getting people to click. It's always that clickability. And I think it's just because it's a generic, here are some good games, right? It doesn't have, that's a very blunt hook. That's not a real grabber. And so I was talking to somebody in the comments yesterday. Sorry, it's not that I don't see and know your names. It's that I don't remember who I was talking to amidst the hundreds of comments that I read. So pardon me, I don't attribute everything, but I was talking to someone in the comments yesterday. I think it was here in the vlog. That I think what I might try to do is do more of those 8-bit recommendation videos, Atari Computer 8-bit, but do them more like the tier videos. Not so much to rank them, but take a publisher and do everything from the publisher. So to that end, I started stacking a couple of spreadsheets with everything a publisher has done. My first thought was to do Synapse, but they are so prolific. I want to say it was 38 games or something. It's a lot. It's a lot to tear through in one video. But still, not saying I won't do that, but other ones possible, like Broderbund and Epics and things like that lend themselves, because then you have a hook. You're like, every computer game by Synapse, just like you had the every Magic game kind of thing. So it's a little sharper of a hook. So I think I'm working down that path to do, because I like doing those sorts of videos. They're fun. The retention on them is crazy. If you look at a retention chart, often it kind of just peters out. But for those where, every 45 seconds there's something new to see, they just kind of go, kind of like a table, and then drop off at the end. So for retention, they're great. For revenue, they're great. So I'm noodling with that, thanks to learning from my previous video and all the input that I've gotten from you, and now looking at the stats a few days in. So I think once people are there, they like it. It's getting them in, so it needs a sharper hook. So that's what I'm going to work on. And then it's Friday. So I have zero plans for the weekend. I'm just going to vegetate this weekend. Probably not, but at the moment I have no got to get up Saturday and do blah, blah, blah. None of that. So hoping for a relaxing weekend. Last week was the flea market trip, so I don't know that I'll have any plans even to do that this week. But I'm ready for a weekend, and as you probably are as well. So that's the quick update. So I'm going to go ahead and get after it today. Thank you so much for stopping to check out today's vlog. If you did, and I always say that, but I guess if you didn't, you didn't see that part, did I? But I'm going to keep saying it because it's in my head now. If you're here every day, I love you for that. Thank you for being here regularly, being part of my motivation to keep cranking along, and all your input and suggestions. It's such a great symbiotic relationship, and I'm so glad that I started this when I started this, and that the people that came along, and it's really been paying off. Have yourself a great Friday and a fantastic weekend. Be sure to do something good for yourself, and I'll talk to you again Monday. Bye-bye.